But you definitely, we just bumped into each other on campus. And I was like, hey, Luke, how's it going? You're like, oh, good, my aunt died in a fire. And I was like, haha, because I thought he was kidding. It's like, oh, oops.
How's the bong shop? Is that all right?
Guess what? I started it, by the way.
That was a hilarious joke.
This is a good way to
You're
start
on
it.
fire.
I have to leave. He's in mourning still.
I've never known someone to die in a fire, though. It's not very common.
Never known someone after they died in the fire.
So what you
Ashes
guys
to ashes.
you do this? Oh, you know what? Me and Rory watched Hardcore Henry.
We did watch
He gave
Hardcore
us
Henry.
tickets.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Only because we came late, so we had to sit in the very front row.
Oh,
we didn't
no.
come that late, but it was the very front
Well,
row.
we were about
It was like
maybe
like
like
the worst.
15 minutes until it started, though.
I guess.
A lot of people have come very early to those events.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's
Because
really
we went to see Everybody Wants Some this last week, and
Everybody
we were there
Wants Raymond.
we were there like 25 minutes early, and there were almost
Wait, that
no
movie
seats.
that I keep seeing on YouTube, that looks so bad.
No, it's great. It's such a good movie.
What movie is
Really?
this?
Everybody
Really?
Wants Some. No, it's a
That's
very
so
good
weird because
movie.
it's like looks like American Pie basically. In the
Oh,
trailers.
that's the Richard Linklater
yeah,
one.
the Linklater one.
Yeah.
Raymond, I don't
What are you talking about?
You're
doing his brother?
thoughts, right?
You know the big dude.
Yeah,
who's
Brad
in
Garrett.
Young Frankenstein?
Ma.
Why is he always going?
He always touches things to his chin before he eats it. Yeah, it's really good. I don't know. It's the thing.
Okay. You haven't watched enough Everybody Loves Raymond, clearly.
That's why I always touch you guys to my chin before I kiss you.
In commemoration of Everyone Loves Raymond.
Should we actually introduce ourselves for like the first time
We
on like
could.
30 podcasts just because we have different people than
That's
usual?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do
We
that.
should get in the
No,
habit of
yeah,
we should get in the habit of doing it just completely wrong, just to throw off everybody who wasn't sticking with us from the beginning.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Jap.
You should try and be Maddie this time.
Jeez.
This day.
Oh, I'll try to
Tell us your really shitty
Yo,
story.
okay.
It doesn't
Take
matter.
every story you're going to tell and Maddie it up.
That's the game
For
of
us.
the podcast is that I have to be Maddie.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to Patch House and I was like hooking up with this girl, and then it turns out she has like a turtle in her room, and like she wanted the turtle in bed, and I was like, no, I'm not having any of that. And so then I went home.
After 5 minutes of discussion,
Wait.
I
Did she have a
slept
couch?
with her.
She had a couch, yeah, it's okay. And then I went and saw my mom, and I told her about the turtle, and my mom was like, okay, I'm going to go hang out with my friend Jack, and I'm like, okay, see you, Mom. And then I went back and saw the turtle again, and he was like, whoa, I recognize, I didn't know, the turtle talks, I don't know if I mentioned that. And yeah, the sex is really bad.
With the turtle.
Yeah, he snapped.
She was an even worse rapper.
Long story short, my mom was passed out on the floor with yogurt. Come out of her mouth.
Jack is her yogurt dealer. Yeah, sorry, that story was way too short.
Yeah, that was Maddie's
stories can go
unbelievably
on for a
short.
long time.
Yeah.
It was concise and kept only the funny parts in.
You
So.
can't really
Good in the middle.
pull a full Maddie. Yeah.
And you never
No,
go.
I have a
My
thing to
pants
talk
are
about, I
weird
guess.
enough.
Okay, what's the dumbest thing you've done recently? And so while you're thinking of that, I'll tell you my story about what I did. I don't know if it counts as dumb, but it's just like my brain didn't work. So I was coming home from university, and I was just like, oh, I need to go to the store because we needed milk and bread and something else. It doesn't matter what, something.
Tell us what.
we went,
Come on, Maddie, what did you need?
let's see, what did I get? I got
Olives.
yogurt. Let's say yogurt.
There you go.
Got some yogurt. It actually might have been yogurt, honestly. But so I went and got them, and I went up and I had to pay for it, but the automated things were all full, so I had to go through the express line or whatever because I had 3 items. So I just tapped my credit card, and it was like, cool. It paid for it, and everything worked out fine. And then I went outside, and I was at Safeway, so it's attached to a gas station. So I was like, oh, my car's kind of low. I'll go fill up with gas. So I pull up, and I put in my card to pay for it. And it's like, oh, what's your PIN? And I literally forgot what it was. But it wasn't just like, oh, I blanked out for a minute and typed it in wrong and then typed it in correctly and went
You
on my
literally
way.
just couldn't
I
recall.
literally couldn't remember what
Even though
it
you've
was.
done it many times before.
Like many times,
Yeah.
but it just I couldn't remember and couldn't remember and couldn't remember, and I punched it in so many times that I got a call and they were like, "Is somebody trying to like
Oh my
steal
God.
gas or like pay for gas with your credit card?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me," but I couldn't prove it because I didn't know what my PIN was.
Oh, man. Did you figure it out?
It took me literally, I didn't figure it out until like 2 or 3 days later. Like, I just forgot. My brain just wiped it out of my memory, and I couldn't remember what my pin was.
The dumbest thing.
Like 4 numbers.
The dumbest thing I've done recently is I slammed my elbow in my car door.
Your elbow.
My elbow. Well, that's the thing. Is like if you catch your hand or whatever, or like if you're sliding out, you slam it too early. That's one thing. I managed to catch my elbow in, and I don't know how. Because one of those things, like I don't know if I turned into it while I was closing it, or if like just because the mechanics don't make sense as far as like how you leave your elbow lingering in the door. But I pulled it off. I don't know. It hurt.
I've done that with half my body.
So I think that's the dumbest thing I've done, just because I really don't even know how I managed to pull it off.
That just reminds me of my teacher in junior high who notoriously broke her own nose with her car door. She broke her own nose by opening her car door into her nose. That's pretty dumb.
Gave myself a mild concussion with a door once because I tried to get back in the car. That's what it was. But this is when I was like having a wicked growth spurt, so I didn't know how tall I was really. And I get into the car and I started closing the door, but I hit my head on the car part, not the door. So the door swung open. I hit it on the car part and then closed the door onto it, and then it rattles between the two of it. It was really unpleasant. Oh, it was just terrible. Yeah. And then I was like had a headache for like 4 days. It's pretty bad.
Just thinking of dumb things and mild concussions. This wasn't recent; it was a while ago. But I was going skiing and slipped and managed to like whiplash my head, tumble over like 3 times or so, just like smack, smack, smack. And so like I'm pretty out of it. I'm probably not concussed, but just major headache. And so it's like, well, do we have Tylenol? Well, we have some T3. So okay, I'll do that. So I have a T3, and it's like, so we're driving home. I remember the only thing I remember is pulling my toque over my head entirely and thinking it was the funniest thing in the world. And I'm just sitting there in the back just like chuckling to myself, like, And then afterwards it's just like,
Damn, I would
What?
have popped some teeth.
yeah.
So I was house sitting for my uncle, and I got sick while I was there, and the only cough medicine that they had was Calmolin, which has codeine, as well as some other antihistamine in it.
Lean, dude. You're drinking lean.
It was some pretty wacky shit, but it was good. I had a day at school that was essentially an out-of-body experience. I was like typing up my research report, and I like caught sight of my arms and my peripheral vision, and just like freaked out about that for about 5 minutes. It was rough.
That's funny.
Powerful shit.
I've been pretty smart recently. I actually can't think of anything
Oh,
dumb
wow.
I've done for a
Damn.
while. Yeah.
You're on a winning streak in terms of not being an idiot.
I think so. Unless I'm just so stupid I can't even
Yeah.
remember. I do dumb things all the time, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty good. Anybody else dumb?
I think, for at least a couple months, maybe. Nothing serious.
I'll attest to being dumb, but I don't remember any of the things that I've done either.
Yeah.
I left my car doors partially open and killed my battery. I was supposed to go to work for a meeting, and I went outside. I'm like, all my lights are off. I'm like, fuck me. That was a bad day.
You said kill. I thought you were gonna say you killed something.
Yeah, I killed a
like you left
raccoon.
your door open, and then for some reason, I don't know, there's like a trap laid in your car, and you had killed some animal that went into your car.
I was gonna go with homeless man.
I was on the bus like a week ago, and this guy just like got off, and immediately after getting off,
he wiped his hands.
no, well, immediately after getting off, he took 2 steps like off the sidewalk onto the grass, just unzipped and started peeing. But this was an intersection. This was like the White Ave, Bonnie Doon type intersection, just like right there, just peeing.
Like on the sidewalk.
He must have been really desperate. Although he looked like he might have been crazy too. So.
I saw a poor lady just totally eat it on the bus next to the hospital.
Oh, no.
She was
Well,
like,
I think she was
she
fat.
started getting ready to get up, and the bus had stopped at the crosswalk, and then it just he kind of gunned it a little bit to get to the stop, and she fell so hard. She was pretty embarrassed. She got back up and sat down, and then got up and got off the bus. It was pretty unfortunate.
Here's something dumb I did. I was at work and there was graffiti on the outside of the pool that somebody had left there. And I had done graffiti removal before, but you got to get to it when it's really fresh, right? Otherwise it doesn't remove very well. So I went and got the graffiti removing stuff, which basically just, you can spray it on. It's supposed to rub off paint. Well, so when we do it, if it's not fresh, you just end up rubbing the paint off the actual building and it doesn't really do anything well. But we go out there and we're about to start removing it, and so I'm just messing around first, and I was like, oh yeah, what should I remove? And spray something on the other side because it comes out of this weird foamy residue. So just jokingly, I spray painted a big 666 on there. So like, this is dumb enough. It's like 420, but just as stupid as that. And then it was on 2 doors, right? And so I opened both the I sprayed it on one, then I opened both the doors, and now they're wide open, and I'm just kind of in the middle, and I'm wiping the actual graffiti off the other door. Doesn't come off that well, so I'm like, okay, I'll look for something else to go find it. And it's about 20 minutes or so of a process of doing this. And then finally, like, okay, it didn't work to remove it. I start closing it back up and realize, oh no, I left the paint remover on here for 20 minutes. That says 666. I wipe it off and it's removed half the building paint. So I was like, no!
So now there's a 666.
So it's very faint, but you can very clearly tell
Can
if
you
you
tell
look at that.
anything?
And it says, yeah.
Okay, so that'd be.
I just
good
told
if you
people
left
that
it
are
as your
cool
own
with
secret.
it,
Okay.
but yeah, there's very clear 666. I'm like, no, I graffitied my own building, totally by accident.
Actually, speaking of graffiti, remember, I don't know if you do, I posted a picture on my Twitter that of just like somebody stenciled a vagina on a column at the
one.
university.
Oh yeah, I love
like,
those vagina stencils.
that are like, it's like very detailed or whatever, but they eventually got around to cleaning it. But on that same pillar in the exact same spot, it used to be a purple vagina, and now it's a big red dick. And so somebody put it in the exact same spot, and then like a couple days later, somebody had drawn a crappy Sharpie version of the vagina on top of the dick. So now there's both. And then after that, somebody posted on top of the vagina and the dick, they posted no genitals. Somebody graffitied no genitals on top of 2 different sets of genitals.
It's like, in fact, these are.
Yeah.
The other graffiti I thought
No,
you were
it
going
was
to talk
actually
about that you
no
put on Twitter.
genitals.
Yeah.
No.
I like the other graffiti you put on Twitter before
big,
that.
big dildo.
Someone is so clever, they thought the best 2 words right now are bitch and dildo. But they wrote Bic the dildo.
BICTH. If you want to see that, go to @WizardADS on Twitter.
And unfollow.
I saw some
Wizard
vandalism
ads?
today.
Wizard ads.
Wizard
Wizard
ads,
ads.
yeah. it's-
Well, because
Wizard
Dad
ads.
Wizard was
Advertisements
taken, so it
about
had
wizards.
to be Wizard Dads, but I'm not gonna put 2 Ds because it's gonna look stupid. So
Right.
It's Wizard ADS.
I just hope nobody interprets it as wizard ads.
Yeah, you're a marketing agency for wizards.
Probably do.
So, what's a better thing to advertise for?
dads.
Warlords.
Sharks.
Sharks,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Sharks
Whatever.
need more
They
advertising.
do.
Have sharks or wizards been around longer?
Sharks.
Sharks are wizards, maybe.
What if
Have you
wizards
seen
Yeah,
them?
I
sharks?
think, yeah, I
Seen their
definitely
hats?
agree with that.
Because they like can't get cancer or anything, and that's like
Wizards? Well, yeah, because they
Yeah.
have spells.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I saw veganism art today. I took a picture.
Oh, yeah. I've seen tons of that.
Yeah, you saw them at other places
A
too?
different place than that,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was underneath the train station that I go to
Oh,
all
yeah?
the time.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's
There's
just
a new
like
consciousness rising.
Yeah.
It's called veganism. That's what it says.
Is
It's
it
got a really
graffiti
pretty
or
song.
an actual
It's
ad?
Well, it's
chalk.
chalk, but I should have like
yeah,
poured
it's all
water
over
on
the
it.
place. Yeah, I think I probably have pictures
You
of
have
it too.
pictures
To
of
be
it too?
honest.
I thought it was a funny little meme, so
Yeah, here we
took a
go.
picture.
My food is grown, not born. Go vegan. And then there's a big dragon that's drawn pretty well, and it's just like vegan dragon wants you to stop eating animals. And there's a whole bunch of other ones too.
I think
It's
the
just
dragon
weird.
would just eat other animals because it's a
You
dragon.
know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
perfect.
dragon.
That's really weird because you know how at the university it's like
Steams
during
its own
Welcome
vegetables.
Week or whatever,
It's the
people
muffin
put
bread.
chalk all over the ground to be like, come
No,
walk
it's-
this way,
Yeah,
go
kids
somewhere.
There's a lot of like
Those kids,
sororities
called,
and
like,
frats that have
There's a lot of that also,
I
but like
just say muffins, and I was like, oh, it's terrible.
obviously stuff on the ground gets like washed away from rain and snow and shit, I guess, and people walking on it. But like people also put chalk on the buildings, so there's still just like a chalk dragon along the side of Hub at university. It's been there for like
Oh, it hasn't like
but since like fall, so it's
Oh,
been
wow.
there for like all winter, all the way around to now.
hasn't been hit by rain.
Yes.
Why are you giving
So good.
Elijah Wood reaction pictures? Because they're nice, but
I thought it was a nice touch.
They're nice.
Why are you asking why?
I don't know. What was your inspiration?
Got a problem?
You know?
Spy Kids 3D.
That's Elijah Wood is in there.
It inspired you though.
It is an inspiring.
No, he
film.
isn't that. He's there for like a super brief cameo.
Do you guys remember
Was he?
seeing?
Yeah, no, like
Yeah,
cause we
he
were
is.
watching this just because we were drunk and bored and we needed a movie to watch, and so
Yo,
we just
wait.
found Spy Kids 3D was on Netflix. And so no, Elijah Wood shows up. He shows up for like 2 seconds. He's like, I'm the hero. I'm gonna help you guys. And then like he
I remember that!
dies.
I remember that! I do remember that because that was one of the first DVDs I had.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
he's
he
in
is.
it for like a minute, maybe.
Do you guys remember seeing it in theaters?
No,
I think I did. That's
I
not,
do.
Is that the
It
one they
was
go to video game?
trash.
Yes, we've talked about this. How they had the trailer where like the people
is
react
trash.
and then they go like, ah, and they throw the
Popcorn,
popcorn. Yeah.
But yeah, it was so bad because that's the old blue and red,
Yeah,
red
red.
blue glasses, and they're so bad. You can't even watch a whole movie with them on. It's terrible.
Well, also, you can tell what moments in the movie are specifically designed for 3D. Because
Yeah.
they'll basically just stop and like push something slightly closer to the camera.
Exactly. It's very obvious.
Yeah.
Would you like some pancakes?
Exactly.
Well, that's what 3D used to be, because like I took a film and technology course this term.
So do you like look at
And so like
films from the 50s and 60s that were 3D?
you don't really, because it's like really hard to. How are you going to screen a 3D movie without?
I guess
having
you would
that
just like
stuff?
learn about
You
them,
just
not
learn about it
actually,
basically.
like,
But
watch
like
them.
what 3D was before was exactly what you're talking about. Originally, they were like, okay, we want stuff to come out at you. That's what people want. They want shit coming at them. And then after people were like, actually, we don't want that at all. They were like, oh yeah, that's really fucking stupid.
Yeah, and then 45
So-
years later, Avatar came out.
So
and
it used
started again.
Well, but no, it didn't, because it's not stuff coming out at you. It's the screen
That's true.
going back,
It
and that's
became-
what 3D is
okay,
now. Is
yeah.
that you're basically looking
That's
into
true.
a
I didn't
diorama
think about it
box,
that way.
whereas before it used to be flat with shit coming out,
Oh,
and now
okay.
it's looking. into
Jackass
stuff. That makes
3D
sense.
fired a dildo at her face, and it was really cool. Actually, it was really good because that one was so realistic
It's
and so
visceral.
close that like pretty much everybody in the theater actually dodged.
Ah!
Like yeah,
Were you there at the theater to watch
I
it?
was, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. We had to sneak in because I was back before we were 18.
And it was R, so you couldn't actually
Yeah.
see it if you were under 18.
It was good because yeah, we got our
17.
tickets and it was a whole rigmarole to actually get in and sneak in and whatnot. And then once we get in there, this theater guy comes to the top and he's just like, "Wait a minute, are you guys? I'm gonna need to see your IDs and tickets." And we're all just kind of confidently, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's no problem. We'll reach in here." And then I just give him my ticket. I didn't give him my ID because none of us were old enough. And so we all just give him tickets, and then we're just reaching for our IDs. And then he gets distracted by something else. And it turns out there's a bunch of kids at the bottom of the theater who are causing problems, and they got kicked out. We got to stay, and we're kind of like, ah, ha, ha. We're 15, but cool.
No, the only 3D thing in a movie I
16,
can remember
17,
flinching
yeah.
at was during Captain America, and it's this one quick cutaway shot because he throws a shield and it ricochets off a rock and then flies at the camera. And it's the only time I've ever done like the. And my friend just lost it because he was just laughing at me for the rest of the night. That's the only time I've ever done that.
Shows weakness.
I have some happy news, sort of, from my work. I don't know if you guys remember, I told you about the old lady, sweet old lady came in, she came in 5 months ago when I first
the
started.
dancing one? The one
Nope,
that asked you
not
to
the.
dance?
Nope, that lady's awful. She comes in. I wish you wouldn't. And the other people, no. This is the sweet old lady who came in, and one day, and then she came in later that evening, bought more stuff, and then as she was leaving, looked me in the eyes and said, "I'm really depressed," and then left. And she's like 70.
Oh, no.
So. And then she never came back for months and months and months. And I was like, I wonder if she's dead. This is a little weird. Maybe I was the last person to talk to her. Who knows? That's pretty dark. But now she's starting to come back. Except now she's just always drunk and she likes to hit on black guys. She hit on a black guy and his wife. She's 70. He was 40. And so now we know what her preference is.
Do you know that it's just black guys, or was he just one black guy?
It seems to be black.
Well,
guys.
because
she
this
just
one
can't go
He
back.
seemed to be black, therefore that's all she likes. That's funny.
But she's not dead. She's
Yeah,
just
that's
a
what it looks
raging sad alcoholic.
Yeah, she's just a depressed alcoholic. It's great.
Much better. Happy story,
Yeah.
guys. She drinks a lot now.
Yeah.
Her breath is minty fresh. It's usually Listerine.
Let's try the gasoline.
Dude, I didn't know they had non-alcoholic Listerine.
Tastes
Oh,
like
really?
shit.
Yeah, really? Oh, I like it a lot more. Like the purple one.
Oh, the purple
Not
one's
just
okay.
drinks, but just as far as mouthwash goes.
No,
it's
yeah. I
better.
thought you meant the one in the white ball because that stuff tastes like
That's
ass.
gross.
It's
Yeah, I know.
disgusting
Oh, the
and
whitening
horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, is that like the foamy one?
Kind of? Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of gets foamy. Apparently, I read the bottle for the first time the other day, and you're supposed to use it before you brush your teeth, so that you
Oh,
don't
really?
have
What? Yeah.
Then you don't have the
My
horrible taste
dentist
linger in your
explained
mouth.
that. It's like you do that, then
I
you
have
floss, then
toothpaste
you brush.
flavor.
Because that loosens
No.
everything. The floss also loosens everything. The brush gets it
What
all.
I want to do
I think that
is have a
sounds-
I'm
chemical
doing it
reaction on the
backwards.
surface of my
Yeah.
teeth, and then scrape some of my teeth off, because that's not way worse than acidic food.
Huh. That's weird. I don't know. I'm not
Doesn't seem like a great plan.
Just don't care for your teeth at all.
Yeah,
Right.
it's-
That's the.
I just drink tap water.
Oh, you mentioned hitting on black guys there. This isn't a black guy thing, but it just reminded me. I got hit on at work, and so here's a pool story for you boys. We're bringing it back.
Here's a pool story. We need a graphic for that. Like a pool story, like comes
Pool
up from,
story.
from the bottom of the
Like
screen.
a
Yeah,
pool
spinning
story.
newspaper.
Are
And then
you
an
don't want something to
applause.
sploosh?
Oh, yeah, or that.
You guys are all
It
gonna
like poured
sploosh
in
by
from
the
the
end of
top.
this.
It's like sploosh.
There's this guy at the pool, and he comes up to a different lifeguard, and he says to her, hey, I'm epileptic, so just a heads up, I usually don't get seizures, but, just in case I do, I hope you guys all know. And we go, okay, cool.
He has
And then-
seizures by the seashore.
And so she tells all of us, and we go, okay, awesome. And then I shift around to that side where he is now, and he comes up to me, and now he's all nervous, it seems, as he's trying to say it, but he just comes up and he goes, hey, I don't know if you already know this, but I'm epileptic. I might have seizures. I usually won't. But he's saying it really kind of nervously and cagey. And I kind of go, yeah, she already told us. I know, we're all good. And he goes, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, that's all good. And he walks away, and he's really nervous. And I'm going, what's going on with this guy? He's like late 20s, probably. Mildly chubby, but, whatever, average-looking guy. And okay, that's fine, no big deal. And then again, I'm in a different position later. I'm now sitting up on the guard chair, so up on a big tall chair. In case you want to animate.
Are
this.
you looking sexy?
I'm looking
Just
great.
guaranteed.
Oh, I'm in a
it's
different.
not
I'm in this position.
Are you spreading hard?
I appreciate visual aids.
Yeah. And now, I'm sitting up in this guard chair, and he comes walking up to me again. He looks even more nervous this time. He just kind of, looking like this, and he starts walking up, and I can see he's looking straight at me, so I just go, hey, what's up? And he just goes, I've come here a few times before, and he's really not spitting it out. I'm just going, okay, and he just walks a little closer. I just want to say, I really have to say that I think you're, and he just looks straight down. I think you're wonderfully cute. I'm like, wonderfully cute? That's such good words together. It's
Like,
like,
oh,
awesome.
you're just bashful.
Yeah,
you're
he's
not
just
gonna
so
have a
shy.
seizure.
Exactly, he's not about to have a seizure, but he's just like, I think you're wonderfully cute. I've seen you a bunch of times, and just you're excited. You're just a wonderfully cute person. And I'm like laughing, but I'm preparing my thanks, but I'm not gay type of line, and I kind of just get to yeah, thanks, I appreciate that, and then he just goes, oh yeah, and I'm here with my boyfriend of 6 years, and those are his nephews there that they're with, and I go, oh. Okay. And he's like, yeah, but I just thought I'd tell you, you're wonderfully cute. Anyway, I'm going to get back with him. And I'm going, okay, that's fine. And now he's walking away, but he's looking back at me, kind of like, what the fuck, man? And then I'm just like, you guys are a cute couple too, I guess. And he's like, oh, well, thanks. And walks back in the water. And so I'm just going, oh, that's really strange that he felt the need to tell me that when he's already with his boyfriend of 6 years. But that's fine. I'll accept it.
Like,
You know,
are they
it's-
swingers?
Yeah, see, I thought that, and he maybe if he got kind of a nibble from me, so to speak, then he'd be like, oh, we're good to go. But then since he didn't get anything, he's like, we'll end this. I thought that was the end, and I'm just like, oh, you gave me a great compliment. I feel good, wonderfully
the
cute.
end?
We're good to go. Not quite. Now I go off deck. There's a different guy lifeguarding at this point, and this guy comes up to him, but I'm putting stuff away so I can kind of see the situation. He starts walking up to this other guy who actually looks a little bit similar to me, but just a little taller, darker hair. And then I'm like, wait a minute, is he about to hit on this guy too? What's going on? And he just comes up to him, and what his question was is, oh, is that blonde lifeguard still around? And I start walking a little closer, and I get within earshot, and I just hear the other lifeguard I'm with go, oh yeah, it's Robin. And I'm like, oh no, did you just tell him my name? I walk closer, and I look at this guy now. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Like, you're back for something? He goes, yeah. What's your name? And I just said, oh, it's Robin. Expecting him to now introduce himself, and he goes, okay. Then he leaves. I'm like, what?
Maybe he was really disappointed.
I think he's gonna stalk me. I think that's what it is. Is he just because
shit.
you didn't tell him he never told me his name. Like, dude, when I tell you my name, now is when
No,
you
I mean,
introduce
it
yourself.
sounds like he's just like
Insanely
like,
awkward.
yeah, exactly.
So
Like, he doesn't
socially
know
awkward.
the rules of how this works.
Yeah, he doesn't understand how to interact with people at
He's
all.
gonna ask your coworkers, is he in the phone book? And
Yeah.
then you're gonna get a Robin costume.
He's gonna dress up like a bird and show up outside my house with a boombox.
Bird machine.
He's gonna if he's gonna get a Robin
Yeah,
costume,
totally. I was
he's
bird
gonna do it.
machine. I'd go out there and start rubbing his beard right away. I'd be like, hey, but Yeah, so that was interesting. So now around work, they just call me wonderfully cute, which I think is great.
That's a very nice compliment.
Honestly, it's one of the best I've ever
Yeah,
received.
that is nice. I've been avoiding my boyfriend situation with the guy at Harvey's who really likes me.
Oh, what?
There's a guy at Harvey's who really likes me.
Harvey?
His name's not, I don't know what his name
Well,
is.
if you keep going to
He
his
knows my
house.
name though.
Yeah. How does he know your name?
Because he asked.
Oh, he didn't tell you his. What? What is the same guy?
I don't know. He was pretty awkward too, but he doesn't have a beard.
Wait, was he bearded?
No.
It's a small
He
beard.
didn't
They
say
were
I was
name
wonderfully
tags?
cute either, so I've actually gained nothing from this except a sense of like awkwardness.
And like food,
But-
probably.
Probably food.
Actually, yeah, I did get food. He came once and was
He's at
like,
Harvey.
no, but also like once
This
it
is
was
a
like
good place.
once it was like I was like the only one in the store. It was late, and then my fries were like they had to make a new batch of fries. So I was like, oh, we'll bring them to your table. And then he personally made sure to be the one to bring them, and he brought like an extra large rather than just like the normal regular.
Oh.
It was like, here you go, Alex.
He's like extra
Okay,
large
thanks.
like me.
But yeah, no,
Extra greasy like me.
The only time I've gone in the last few months was I went with a female coworker with me to make sure that he won't try anything because.
With her. He'll still try with you.
Well, I just like he'd feel too awkward if I'm with someone, right? Because
What is he gonna try? You're at a fucking burger
Well, okay.
place.
Last time I went in alone, he was like, "Hey, so what are you doing Friday night? Like, how you doing?" I was
Oh.
like, "I'm working. I gotta go." Like, I just like I don't know what to do. This is I don't want to hurt his feelings. So, the easier way is to just fall off the face of the earth.
There used to be this really lovely, and she was great. I actually really liked her. She always came with this group of mainly autistic and other various disabilities school. And she, I don't know exactly what her disability was, but she was really, like, had a lot of personality and stuff. She was great. And she would always ask whatever lifeguard was working, she'd ask them out on a date. And so the first time that I'm working there, she's just like, hey, what are you doing Friday? I'm like, I don't know, I think I have plans. And she's kind of like, oh, did you want to go on a date that night? And I'm just, I'm busy that one. Maybe in the future, but I don't think so. Something like that. And I kind of laugh, and I tell my other coworker, I'm like, I think she wants to go out with me. And this guy I'm working with, he's like 50, and he laughs. He's like, yeah, she just asked me out 10 minutes ago. I'm like, I'm not special. She was a riot.
Did she only ask you out once?
Yeah, I didn't see her around very often, but she might have asked me one other time, but like, yeah.
But it's keeping tallies.
That's true, yeah.
So many.
It does kind of feel nice to have like
It does.
some guys interested in
I'm
you.
not gonna lie, yeah.
I thought you kept putting your foot on me, but it was
Oh,
actually
sorry.
just this
Oh, the
cord
cord. Oh, my
going
bad.
like this and tapping my foot.
Well, it's funny because I was just making that joke that I was upset that no gay guys hit on me when I went to the gay
Oh,
bar
yeah.
the first
No.
time, and I'm like, what's going on? And then, yeah, other people I worked with were there for that, and then it's just like, oh, okay, you know what, this evens it out. I'll take it.
You're hot to trot. Per se.
Okay, I had a question. Does it count as cereal if you just eat other stuff in milk in a bowl?
I was, you know what? I was
don't
thinking.
believe so, no.
I had
Dried pasta?
What was
I
it?
mean, does it? I don't know. Does that count as cereal?
No, it has to be cereal.
It has to be cereal.
Like, actually, like
What's
a
a cereal?
Does it count if
I
it's not
think it
milk?
has to be made
like
of
if you
grain,
put
like,
Vector
to some
in Orange
extent.
Crush.
That's
that-
too much manganese. You can't.
Is that-
You're gonna die. Dude.
Oh yeah, Adam was there.
we were figuring out how much Vector you need to eat to die.
Or what was it?
It was a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the LD50 of Vector.
Probably like 10 boxes at least.
I think it was
lot
like
more than that.
80 pounds of it.
It was a ton of
It was
Vector.
a lot.
It was more than is
It was a
humanly
lot of
possible.
You basically just need to
OD
squish
on
by
manganese.
a metal block of it.
Yeah.
But no, what's a cereal then?
What's a
Right, what's a cereal?
It's a matter of self-identification. That's all it is. It's just a self-identification
What's the
thing.
mini word?
I think it's a cereal if it claims to be a
That's a
cereal.
good
If it doesn't
question.
claim to be a
I'm
cereal,
a
it's
cereal.
I think it's like a specific type of grain.
It also has to be in a box.
Wojciech has a valid point here.
Okay.
So when I die, I become a
Because they have
cereal.
those little tiny Oreos. What if you pour a whole bunch of those in a bag? And then
When you pour a whole bunch of these in the bag.
Got him.
Oh no.
That's on camera.
But no, if it's just like a type of grain, couldn't you just like crumple up bread like you're gonna go feed some ducks and then put
Maybe.
that
I don't
in
know.
Not
in
cereal.
milk?
Are
It's
you-
grain?
I'm up for the challenge
Make the
of
ducks
who can
into
make
your bowl,
the weirdest
smash
cereal.
the ducks.
and then cover them with milk.
I don't want to play that game.
You got duck cereal.
Not playing Lysol and shit.
No, I'm not going to do
I
that.
see
with
your
cereal.
point because you could theoretically put like anything in a taco and it becomes a taco
See,
regardless
that-
of how
yeah,
gross
because
it
the only
is. You can put
stipulation for a
marbles
taco
and
Is having
dogs.
is having something
the
inside
shell,
the
like
shell,
soft
yeah.
hard shell.
And so if it's in a bowl with milk, I suppose it could be cereal. Because yeah, if it was something else and you said, "Oh, I'm eating cotton ball cereal today," we would know what you
We
meant.
don't, yeah, and we don't call it cereal soup.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'd be closer to say it's soup if you have something in a bowl with
That's
milk.
true, but
rather
no,
than
it'd have to be
cereal.
hot
Because
though.
it's milk.
Yeah,
I guess.
Soup doesn't have to
soup
be
doesn't
hot.
have to be
That's
hot.
low.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Ice
hot,
cream
too.
soup is cold.
The
Watermelon
difference
soup.
between soup,
Yeah,
it's,
it's
where
melted.
it's where you
mix it up.
Oh, I just
Exactly.
call that soft ice cream.
or that. I mean,
Or
whatever.
melted ice cream.
Ice cream soup.
But it's like the
Yes.
difference between soup and stew is just stew is harder and not really liquid.
Well, yeah,
they're
there's
bigger
more
chunks.
chunks.
Bigger
Yeah.
chunks.
It's not a broth.
But
Like
Yeah,
soup
yeah,
will never have
soup,
big
yeah, that
chunks
too.
of meat in it. Whereas
Yeah, that's
So,
a very good
uh,
distinction, a technical distinction.
What was that?
Stew has gravy instead of broth.
That's actually
No.
true.
Oh, I don't know.
I guess that meant that's interesting.
Now you do.
Now I do, Stu.
But then it's also like the other thing, like what is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh,
Yes.
shut up.
Would you
fight
fight
10,000 horses or be a duck-sized something?
Oh, definitely that one. 100%. I would be
I
duck-sized.
want to be dark
So
side. Yeah.
a duck-sized something or fight 10,000 horses. Go.
10,000 horses or become duck-sized.
I'm a non.
I could take a
I'm
horse.
non-confrontational.
Actually, I would definitely fight the horses because that would be the easiest fight ever. Because you would just get on like like stairs.
No, in
Or,
an
like,
arena.
Get up,
Not that.
no,
No,
go up
No,
on a
in-
ladder into a tree. What the horse
what's
gonna
that?
do?
What's that Super Smash Bros. Level with just the
Final
Final
Destination.
Station? Yeah,
Okay,
Final
Final
Station.
Destination
And
is
you're
1,000
duck-sized.
horses.
You have to like wait for them to run off the edge and just duck or something.
Ah.
That's how you beat them.
Until you get rather horse. Wait, what is the actual thing? Is it horse-sized ducks?
yeah,
Duck-sized
duck-sized
horses? Okay, that's
horse
where
or
I'm getting
horse-sized
my
ducks.
Yeah,
from.
a
Oh,
duck-sized,
yeah, 100
100 duck-sized horses or a horse-sized.
Do you know how
other
terrifying
way
ducks are when they're large?
Honestly,
Yeah,
a horse-sized
don't-
duck could fuck you up.
I mean, anything,
I mean,
anything,
geese.
anything that's
Goose.
small that is that big is really scary.
Yeah,
Like any
geese-
animal.
geese
Yeah,
are
like
free.
bugs
Yeah.
especially.
Like goddamn.
Oh, yeah.
Even regular-sized bugs are scary
Oh,
sometimes.
bugs.
Yeah, I don't like
geese.
Oh,
I don't know where
cockroaches are. Ugh.
I've only seen one once.
Yeah, we don't like we don't
Well,
have
we don't
any
have
of
any.
that.
We don't have
They're like
Nice.
nowhere. And if I saw one, I know I would just be like, ugh, and I'd like,
They're
I
fast.
just leave,
I like
I'd get away
them.
from
They
them.
are
Large
Big
rodents
way.
because they have very strong jaws and big teeth.
I once saw a cat on the street just playing with a mouse, and it was really cool. Just I
Was it
just
my
sat there
cat?
while that cat like
In the
it was
mouth,
it was
or-
near the university.
Are they like murdered a mouse?
It was just like hopping and tossing around. The mouse was like kind of
Oh,
walking around.
now
It
it's
was
actually gonna
pretty
switch to
it was pretty
cereals.
morbid actually because I knew like eventually like this mouse,
The mouse
was
was
gonna
going
be
to
killed by
be
My
that
dead.
cat
cat.
does it. Yeah, my
Cats
cat
are
used to bring
dicks,
him.
man.
Yeah, he would bring a mouse back, and then he'd just play with it for a long time before killing it. He'd just bite it, and the mouse would be all injured, and then he'd
That's
like
what they do.
smack it
Cats
around.
are
Yeah.
real assholes.
Yeah,
I do
they're
that
not
all the
good.
time because we have compost bins, and then they're like, that's where the mice live because it's like warm and there's food in there during the winter. And then the cats will just go and hang out there, and then bring mice back, and the mice will come inside, and the cat will like let the mouse go to look at something else. The mouse will run away, and then there's a fucking mouse in the house that you have to catch.
Mouse in the house. Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, and I already told the story before about how like my stepmom was trying to catch it, and you just put them under something, and then like catching a bug, you put a thing underneath it and then take it outside. But if you're trying to catch a mouse, and it runs real quick, and you have a pole and you're trying to catch it,
kill it?
and you
Oh, no.
cut it in half.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you. That's efficient though.
That's one way to get the mouse out of your house, I guess. But
A flashback. Cereals are grasses cultivated for their edible grain components. So we've really bastardized the term cereal.
so could you just go and get like ounces of grass from outside?
No, they're cultivated for their edible grain components.
You can
So if
eat
you like
grass.
slide those seeds off the end of the grass that grows along your fence, that's
Put
totally
that in.
cereal.
What if you got like dandelion seeds? Like the fuzzy ones.
That's
You just
cereal.
don't
Fucking
eat
crazy.
cereal.
That's cereal for sure.
No,
Yeah,
people
if that's
awful.
that cereal, if you
Yeah,
put
that's
that in
cereal.
milk.
If it's a milk.
I really want to like.
What if you just ate like a pound of dandelion spores? That'd be like the worst thing to eat.
Oh yeah!
Oh,
you wake up one
mouthful
morning
of
and you're all
those,
white and fluffy, and someone just comes and blows you away.
Or one duck
People make like dandelion jam. That's a thing.
Sorry, I
Dandelion
interrupted
jam.
you.
Yeah, it sounds fucking gross.
Oh, I really want to do like a. Now that you're talking about awful cereals or like weird things to make cereal out of, I want to like try and make a bunch of weird cereals and then see what they're like. Like cut up little hot dogs, put them in some milk.
Oh.
Oh my god!
I was about to say
wasn't saying,
ham.
like, we
I
should
want to
eat
do this.
shitty
Okay?
food.
I just want to put
'Cause
some
it's just,
breadcrumbs,
like,
you
you have
know.
to get stuff
M&Ms.
that actually tastes
Okay,
good.
let's
let's
go.
go.
No,
Okay.
no,
breakfast
We should go to
Because they're
TNT
not cereals,
supermarket.
we just figured
TNT
that out.
supermarket and get lots of weird like Asian meats
Or
and stuff.
ooh, put like peppers in milk or no. What are the?
That's
If you
warheads.
if you
Warheads.
warmed it up
Warheads
Oh,
soup.
God.
We got. Who can make the worst
Red
soup
cereal.
competition?
But no
just
one
like
wins.
literal shit.
No, it has to be a food.
And that was
Diabetic
food.
blood.
Yeah.
Okay, there's like in 1994, the 5 biggest cigarette companies in the States released a list of like 600 things that they may or may not put in cigarettes, and they're all FDA approved as food components. So let's just maybe poop. There might be some poop.
I like the fact that they put out a list and they're just like, hey, we might put this in there.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
bad. We might.
these crazy amounts of things. There's probably going to be tobacco, but these might be here.
Yeah, we might-
You never know.
We might put like a dog. I don't know, man. That's all I would feel like.
Bolts in the machine house.
Speaking of, we were talking cats before, and the dog thing reminded me. When I was about 10 years old, I pulled a bird out of my cat's mouth and rescued it, and it flew away. It was
Nice.
dope. I was just like, let it
Nice.
go, and then the cat was mad. He didn't talk to me for weeks. Didn't talk to me ever again. It's true though.
Actually, I was just thinking, you know how cigarettes are like not cool to smoke anymore? I was trying to think of a way
For you.
to make them be cool
Have you
again.
met a Chinese person?
And I think that while vapes would be cool, I feel like vape flavored cigarettes that come in a pack like Birdie's frozen beans or magic beans.
Frozen beans.
Yeah, cigarettes that are like
But
one
the-
is really disgusting.
Exactly.
The other is good,
That's
yeah.
exactly
That
it.
would
You get
be-
it, and then you and all your friends hang out and smoke them to see who gets the good
I got
flavors.
mango hurricane. I got turds.
I got cancer.
They all have cancer. Get the normal one. That would actually, honestly, probably sell okay.
Right?
I'd buy it.
You just can't sell them in Alberta.
No, yeah, minty rat dicks. Yeah.
My minty butt.
Did we ever talk about MRDs on this?
I think
don't
we
know.
Yeah, we definitely have talked about MRDs
Okay.
before.
I love a good MRD.
How much do vapes cost? I was
I thought
was
they're
looking
pretty
at vapes.
expensive, honestly,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's like the install thing is it's more expensive to get a laser printer, but in the long run it'll be cheaper because you're not buying ink for it all the time. The same thing.
It's cheaper to smoke a laser printer.
Exactly right.
Yeah, it's way easier to buy the printer, take the ink that comes with the printer, and smoke that.
Yeah.
Or you should get a 3D printer, and then we can all 3D print
Vapes!
vapes.
I wish I had.
We could do,
three
yeah, let's
of
go to
them.
that public library because you can
Because
they have 3D printers at the public library and you pay 10 cents per gram for whatever you make as long as you bring like
No,
a
make
file.
sure it's all banana yellow because banana yellow costs more than other 3D printing
Really?
materials.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I don't know why. I guess it's the
The
pigment.
dye just costs more.
Yeah, like different
A
pigments.
banana
cost different
yellow
amounts.
vape.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and it shape it like a banana.
Yeah.
You'd be the coolest guy.
You wouldn't be able to
ever.
make it work, would you? Or well, I guess I don't know how. You could probably go to a vape shop and have them put the stuff inside the banana-shaped vape, and be like,
You might have to get like whatever titanium coil or whatever hot thing they use. I don't know.
yeah.
You can't just 3D print a vape.
Yeah, you can.
No, it's like it's not
There's
just
a lot
one
of parts.
It's not just one plastic
You can
piece.
totally do it. 100%. You can 3D print a
You can
vape.
3D print the vape, but you can't print the soul.
They've got metal 3D printers now.
Yeah, you can print all kinds of cool stuff.
Well, yeah, that's how they make like large,
Airplanes.
fancy car parts too.
They go,
just-
like,
well,
3D
not 3D printing, but they cut it out of a big block of aluminum, which is similar.
Yeah, they can 3D
No,
print
sounds like
fucking
reverse- that's like
3D
reverse
Yeah, I know. I know
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a 3D printer.
Yeah, legitimately. Pretty cool.
That is.
I want a 3D printed fedora. That'd be cool.
You could.
You,
totally
you might
could.
think that would
Find
be
a
cool.
3D model for it somewhere. There's like websites that have like free like
Who made
files
a
for
3D
3D
model?
like
Blueprint
modeling
or-
programs, and you just bring that file into whatever software they use for the library. And then
All
you
those
could probably,
Maya
it
skills
probably
to go
costs
use.
like $1 to print off a fedora. Thing is, it takes a long time though. But for fedora, it'd be worth it to wait there for 2.5 hours.
I think
Just
it would be
watch
kind
the
of cool to
fedora.
have your own custom fedora for sure. I guess it doesn't have like.
It
anything
wouldn't
on
be
it.
pliable. It would be like
It'd be
it's
rock
totally
hard.
solid.
Big hard. But that's okay.
At that point, it's a helmet, not really a hat.
Does he need anything else?
I want
To be honest, wearing one is like wearing a helmet in public anyway.
Remember when
I work construction.
That'd be funny. A big
Oh.
yellow fedora that.
That
works
would
as
be
a
pretty
construction
badass.
hat.
Yeah.
This helmet protects me from society.
And then when you're like yelling at ladies while sitting on your metal bar, walk by like lady.
Yeah, rather than like, hey honey, nice buds or whatever. You're just like,
hey, my lady.
yeah, looking fantastic.
Or like any kind of hat, like a fireman's
Wonderfully
hat.
cute.
Or something. So like you chop down the door to save them from a burning fire and come in and just have like a fireman's hat that's a fedora.
Remember when we had to wear silly hats working at the Stampede? We had
Yes,
to wear
it
the
was
cowboy
terrible.
hats.
It
I had
was awful.
flashbacks that yesterday, or like today, Because
Wake
like,
up
we
in
had
like
to,
a cold sweat.
we had to like watching the RVs at the convention center, and like people would ignore you. You're saying don't go to the RV because it's an RV, and there's already 8 people inside
And
this
there's
RV.
one exit.
And if you
It's
go
like,
in
where the
there,
fuck are you
it's
going
going to
to
be
go?
uncomfortable for everybody in there, and they just would walk in. And be like, fine.
And eventually it's like, yeah, no, go. It's fucking hot. Fuck you.
The only good thing about that was just like, hey, go and sit down in front of an RV for an hour. But also there was like the cash booth.
Yeah, I just
Or, like,
watched that.
just
That
watch
was the most
that,
entertaining
exactly.
part.
Like, what the
it was
hell
like
else are you gonna
it was
do?
really like because nearby there was like that booth where some people who entered in the lottery. They go inside this glass booth and there'd be a fan on the bottom and a bunch of cash, and they have to grab cash and put it in like this pouch, and they get to keep whatever they grab. So many people didn't have any strategy to it.
Yeah, they
just
didn't
like
know how to
they
do
would
it.
just grab
There's so many
blindly
people that
and
were
they'd make off
fools.
with maybe like $20. But the people who were like this. Like those people who made off with wads of cash, who would actually like spread their hands out. And
But you also
catch
like,
it as, like
they
a
would have,
screen.
some people would like try to like reach down and grab all the stuff off the floor, and you're like not allowed to do that, I guess.
Oh,
So
that's,
like,
that was
yeah,
my first thought.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean that's the smart thing
'Cause
to
the
do,
fan
but
isn't
you
gonna
have to
work
like
right.
you have to kick the stuff up to you because they get pissy when you try to game the
Carnies.
system or whatever. Yeah, fucking carnies, man.
Those weren't the carnies.
They're carnies.
Those were like the charity organization.
They're like the
Those
other really
charity
Those were
carnies.
volunteers. Yeah.
Volunteer senior citizens.
Volunteer cardies. It's even worse. It's like a volunteer firefighter. Scum of the
Or
earth.
you could check out all of the trendy girls. They were wearing
Yeah, they were-
also cowboy stuff.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Just everybody getting drunk
Yeah.
from like 9 in the morning until 12 at night or
That
whatever.
was fun.
That sounds
It was
terrible.
fun being
Fucking
there.
trendy cowboy stuff just pisses me off so much. It's like I guarantee you, none of these people have ever been on a farm or been outside of a
Yeah,
city.
they're not real.
They are real cowboys.
We're not real country boys, real country girls.
No, when you're printing the ticket, where are you from? Calgary? Take off the fucking hat. Where are you from? Balzac? Well, you didn't say Balzac. You can keep your hat.
This is like the guys that are like talking to girls or whatever. She's like, I like video games. You're like, yeah, name 17 different Mario characters. But like, I like sports. You're like, name the 1924 NHL champions.
The whole thing,
Yeah, they're
the whole thing is like, oh, we're like a rustic community, and we're all like we're all this country like heritage. It's like, fuck you, you do not. You have
She's
no
like,
idea.
I love country. And you're like, what was John Wayne's daughter's buddy's name?
Talking serial killers.
Yeah, serial killers.
You know, a real country.
What was
serial
John
killer.
Wayne's son's name in Big Jake?
Also, I'm embittered because I was kicked out of the ranch because I wasn't wearing jeans.
Did you wear shorts?
No, I was wearing because I usually just wear like either capris or just my
Or very tight leather pants.
or my tight leather pants because I'm seen. But yeah, no, I was, like my friend was just like,
I
oh,
wouldn't be
we're like,
seen in the ranch.
yeah, exactly. I was all over that. But no, like she was, like they were having a party at the ranch. And I say, come use their okay. So I go to the front gate and like they have the bouncer and he's wearing again cowboy hat, jeans, whatever. And he stops me. He's like, so what are those? And I look at him,
This is
free one of those. though.
This
This is free one of those.
yeah, exactly. What are those? And
This
so-
is where one of those is born.
I guess from this one guy. I wish, I should get royalties for this. But yeah, I was like, oh, these are my capris. I was like, he's paused. He's like, yeah, they're really comfy, and and it's like I broke them. He's like, you know, this is a country bar, right? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a country
Yeah.
bar. Yeah, I get it.
Well, you need to be wearing jeans. And I was like, really? And so yeah, I got turned away from being in the ranch
Oh,
because I was
no.
not wearing jeans.
That's crazy.
They're called denim slacks.
So that's why I do have a vindictive hatred of everyone who's like plays dress up as far as like cowboy hats and jeans, obviously, because they got to go into that club. I got turned away, and I grew up in a small hick town too, so I have more credentials.
Yo, jeans team.
Yeah,
Wait,
boys.
are those jeans? Adam?
I think there might be slacks.
Ah.
I don't think they're denim.
Yeah, let's go to the ranch.
Yeah.
We're gonna ranch it up.
I
Must
just
be
faced
so-
Ranch up.
Ranch it up, my mulatto.
I just faced a unique little
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Burn up.
so I just overcame a predicament in the bathroom.
Oh.
So
I'm so glad you're over
He
your
always has
hemorrhoids.
bathroom problems. I remember when
I
we
do
were
pee
playing
a lot.
Splinter Cell and you sent me a text while you were in the bathroom, while we were all playing Splinter Cell, you said, my penis is misbehaving.
I was drunk. So when I am drunk, my penis and my body are two different people. It's not like the kind of drunk where it's like, I'm gonna fuck everything. It's the kind of drunk where it's like, yo, son. But anyways, no. There was a spider on the toilet paper roll, so I couldn't get toilet paper to kill the spider. But I got him.
He's like, what's the password?
It's very weird.
to
little
puke on
predicament.
it.
It's the ultimate boss fight.
How'd you kill him?
We just like roll
No, I
the.
don't.
We just roll the paper towel.
You want me to get
Or
that
toilet
close
paper?
to a spider when you?
How many legs do you think I have to fight it with?
Get a blow dryer and blow the paper towel.
Oh, yeah, I have a
Get
Get like
Okay.
one of your million fucking
Yeah,
Q-tips.
Q-tips.
Just get them.
The spider's gonna grab 8 of them. And
Yeah, no,
back
you
to
give
the
at
ground.
least one to the spider, and then it's American Gladiators.
Yeah, it's you have to knock them off.
That kind of reminds me of kind of a green text. I don't know if I brought it up before, but it was like the premise of this green text thread was like, well, I guess it wasn't green text, it was just 4chan, but it was like, all right, so you got the entire U.S. military versus a stick. Who will win? And then some first comment was like, well, that's stupid. Obviously, the U.S. military is going to win. The U.S. military is going to kick that stick's ass. Then someone responds like, but no. See, because when you break the stick, now you have 2 sticks.
Until you have a handful of splinters. Deadly, deadly splinters.
That's a wise response.
Oh, the internet.
You know what else I think is bullshit? We haven't talked about anything that's bullshit,
Bullshit,
but this is the
but
first thing.
Except for the ranch.
The first one, yeah, the ranch
ranch
is.
is bullshit.
Yeah.
Touche.
Have you updated Facebook recently at all?
You mean, like, is that
the
a thing?
app?
Oh,
no.
I haven't had the app in like 4
My
years.
app won't update, and I can't do
It's
anything
awful.
with
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, the
All
app
right,
is terrible.
I wouldn't do it either, but I got a new phone recently, so I had to update everything, obviously. So now I have like the most up-to-date whatever. But they changed it so that now when you go to log out, you have to click on a tab on the bottom right, and then it pulls up this list, and it says log out. And then when you go to click log out, it's like, boop, here's another list of stuff that's like just loaded it, but it took like an extra second to load. So right when you're going to go and click log out, there's a button instead, like in the exact same place where log out would be, is Instagram, so that you get forced to go to Instagram. And I feel like Facebook did that 100% on
Instagram's been
purpose.
posting.
to
They've been a
try
lot
to
of
get
Instagram
you
post stuff on Facebook.
to fucking use Instagram
Yeah.
because they're like, we need more money. We want you to do it, but it's like, fuck you. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
doing that.
It's actually shocking how much worse Facebook consistently gets. Like it actually continues.
I've been trying to
get
take
worse.
it back. I've been posting my favorite memes I
I've
see.
been posting
on
a lot of
Facebook.
memes.
Have you really? I don't
Little
think
bit.
I've seen
Yeah.
any of them.
I can
yeah.
show you some memes in a bit.
I like what you're posting. I liked your face posting bit strips on Facebook.
Yeah, that was so funny way back then. Yeah.
I think Bitstrip still exists. I could do
It
this
does.
again.
I blocked
It
it. But
does.
yeah.
The new Bitstrip thing is the fucking what are you going to post in 10 years or
Oh,
whatever?
yeah.
And it just like is a I think
Yeah.
just makes up like some dumbass thing and picks 2 of your friends
I
to
have
reply
$1 million.
to it.
And the next
It's
person
like,
replies, share stuff with me. And it's like,
this is good.
this is great.
This is-
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
post
like
five
for you.
things on Facebook in the last
That's
5
right,
yeah,
years.
exactly.
So I would never do that, but I would almost be curious to see what they would try to think of because it's going to be generic bullshit.
Well, it's not as good as Bill. I mean, we
Yeah.
should all be more like Bill. He was a good guy.
No,
No, in like
stick
January,
man thing,
January or
yeah.
February, there was like a stick man, and it's just like it was a randomly generated thing. It's like, this is Bill.
Oh,
Bill
yes.
doesn't, I don't know, like talk in the
insert
theater,
whatever.
or Bill doesn't text while
Driving.
sitting next to his friends. Be smart, be like Bill. So all it really is like it's a big shame mechanic where it's like,
Yeah.
if you do anything, you aren't as cool as this fucking stick man. Be like Bill.
And then, yeah, it replaces it with your name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, be like, Quantisha.
That's
Oh,
why
I
Twitter
remember.
is way better than Facebook, but Twitter is also being a piece of shit now because it does this stupid thing where when you reload it and you try to get more tweets or whatever, and there aren't any, or just like for whatever reason they start posting like stuff that people have liked or like people you should follow or whatever. All the
Oh,
time,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you can't fucking you can't get rid of it because like if a thing promotes a tweet at me, it's like, all right, I'll just block it because that's hilarious. And I'm getting really weird. I had to block Pepsi Pakistan yesterday. I didn't even know they had a Pepsi.
Those bastards that use Sanskrit get to use their hashtag after, and you can't do that in English.
Oh, it's like words
Word,
and then a hashtag?
but it doesn't fucking work with English. That's fucking racist. No, it doesn't work. It's like I put my hashtag after because I thought it was Saf comical, but
They have
now
it
it
so
doesn't
good
fucking
over
work. They could just throw a word up and be like, "Oh, I want that to be a hashtag."
By the way,
Bam.
hashtag,
They have this one thing, and you want to take it away from them.
No, they should be able to hashtag before or after wherever the fuck they want. So should we.
I had a good little like generational shift moment. Like, whoa, you guys are so young because I was teaching these little kids, and then It didn't actually happen to me. It happened to one of the other teachers I was with. But it was teaching them music, and so for those who know, a sharp sign is like the pound sign or a hashtag,
Yeah.
and it's like a sharp right in front of a note. And then this kid, so it's like A sharp, something like that. This kid's like, what do I do with this hashtag? And they're just like, what oh, and the teacher, her response is like, yeah, we used to call those sharps. Hashtags. It's like, wow, that's pretty
I
cool.
mean, to be fair, yeah, there used to be like a pound
Yeah.
sign, but like nobody's used that since.
But yeah, I just
the
thought it was
90s
so
or
cool
whatever.
that like a kid legitimately thought that's a hashtag. Whereas
Yeah.
like
Because
in
that's how
our
they've been
generation, there's
exposed to it.
Yeah,
In that
and it's just
thing.
mind blowing.
A girl today, I heard her. She was talking to her friend, and she out loud was like, "LOL," and I was like, "Whoop!"
That you can do that ironically.
You can
Even
do anything
then,
ironically.
it's pretty rough.
I already opened so many doors.
It was definitely not ironic though.
Yeah, that's not good.
What are things you wish you could do ironically?
You can do anything.
I wish I
If
could.
I
you
just said.
if you could pick one specific thing that you could do ironically, what would you do?
Prank people probably.
Poop.
Yeah, so
Definitely
first
poop on
experiments.
cue, ironically.
That way, guys, it's ironic, and everyone's like, "Ah, it's ironic," and no one cares. You know, everyone thinks
He's like throwing around his own poop. He's like, I wouldn't actually do this. It's the
Yeah,
opposite
I'm
of
not
average.
actually selling myself, you guys.
We're all like classic Adam.
It would be perfect.
And then
Perfect.
once you get sick of that, you'd ironically not poop yourself.
Yeah, no, if somebody would like spook you and be like, oh, check my pants. It would be great. You have a whole string of gags.
No, irony is great because you're allowed to like anything, even if it's like, no, it's bad.
Like
And then if
colonialism.
you just like it ironically, no one can say anything.
I guess
that
that you
does-
just count your irony levels and you could do anything.
Exactly.
If you're weird enough, it's good.
Now I get it. The Turkish government is denying the Armenian genocide, ironically.
They totally know that you know they did it.
Classic Erdogan.
Oh, the young Turks.
Oh dear.
Oh, actually, do you know what song that we listened to a lot that just came out 10 years ago, like a week ago?
Johnny Cash.
Every time
Jobs.
we touch,
Oh.
turned 10 a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Oh.
So it can't,
Yeah,
it's that young?
2006.
I also
yeah.
thought it was older.
Yeah, me too. I thought it would be like 2002.
Yeah.
It is not.
Wow.
Happy
Where
birthday.
Now you know.
Happy birthday, Cascada. I love you.
She did like nothing after that. She had to evacuate the dance floor.
Hey,
in,
that
like,
was big.
2010,
That was
which
important.
big.
That was the start of everybody in the club. It's a great song.
I feel like the best time to be alive ever and turn 21 was right after Going Up on a Tuesday came out.
Yeah, especially because they played that on Tuesday nights at the Rack a lot. And then also, what's his name, McCona, whatever, he was in a club on a Tuesday and his own song came on. He got beat up. People beat him up for singing that song. They weren't feeling it.
I mean, just doing it on a Tuesday and just kicking him while he's down.
Yeah, honestly. He should have just done
He
it.
thought he was
ironically.
going up and he just
He was going down on a
went
Tuesday.
down really bad.
Yeah. Why would that be the best time? It's
Behind the
not okay,
music,
but-
my life started to go down on a Tuesday.
They're beating him up ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Man, I wish Connor was here to talk about him witnessing a shooting. Because the longer he isn't here,
Oh, he did witness it?
yeah,
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure.
I didn't
Yeah.
know this at all.
I didn't know there was shooting, but
yeah, outside
It's-
his
I
work.
mean,
A tribute to Connor.
Oh, goodness.
He'll be here eventually. He'll be back eventually.
So once you get out of the hospital,
Connor and
back.
Matt have to have so many stories built up right now.
Except at this point, they'll have forgotten like all
Yeah.
the ones from
We'll
like,
remind
weeks
them.
ago.
Well, yeah,
We'll
we'll
bring it back.
prompt them somehow, hopefully, but
Maddie'll just go off on his stories.
yeah.
Fucking
His will be
bitch.
real bad. Turtle, yeah, the turtle girl, that was real.
We got to go to fan shows though. Next
Yes.
time, like, I'm in, wearing a grin, doing a little spin. That's me.
With sugar in.
Paying taxes for your sin.
With my chinny chin chin.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, we can end it now. Because I know Luke wants to get to bed, and I want to do
Quit
werewolf stuff.
blaming me.
Ow, my toe!
How much time was this one? Was this short?
53.
That's
Bye.
fine.
It's
Bye.
so short.